What's up, everybody? Good morning, good evening, whatever time it is in your section of the internet. I haven't made a video in a few weeks. Life just kind of got busy for me, so haven't had a ton of time to do anything. Just I guess kind of a quick update. I have been messing with it here a little bit. I am just under 2 weeks out from going to Springfield, Missouri to the Overland Expo, so made sure I got my tent up here. I don't know if you're gun folks or not, but I made a custom mount over here for an AR so I can mount it depending on where I'm going in the world. So I've been messing with some stuff, but today we got a fun project. I've been thinking about this for a while, and since we are only 2 weeks out away from more, I want to have my fridge hooked up. So the conundrum that I had is I wanted to have a fridge slide. I use a portable, like a power station to power it. So when I started thinking about this, I really wanted to do something built in over here on this side that housed the fridge. The fridge slide had some built-in storage, maybe a couple drawers, and then somewhere that I could hide that portable power station. So I've been going back and forth on what I wanted to do. I'll show you this. I've got this little really detailed schematic that I was working on. I did some just rudimentary measurements. I didn't want it to be too heavy. Wanted to figure out a way to do it light. So what I ended up going with, I made this yesterday, but this is that hammer fit aluminum tubing. So I ordered this, I think it's called Easy Tube. All the materials cost me, just for the skeleton, but all the materials cost me about just under 300 bucks, I think. I believe the weight is about 15 pounds and it's very sturdy. So this is gonna allow me to build a shell, the skeleton, and then I won't get it done today, but we'll skin it, we'll put drawers in it and do all of that good stuff. Also got this. I had one of these before. It's a cheap fridge slide, honestly. It's a Smitty built fridge slide. It held up pretty well for me. The reason that I really like this one is it has this built-in cutting board. And I found that when I was out camping, I use this a lot just for prepping food, making coffee on it, all that stuff. So this is gonna be the slide that I'm gonna use. And I'll get a different camera angle here in a second and kind of show you how this is gonna look. Oh yeah, something else I did as well. I'm gonna do this first. I got these ARC Overland stickers and I'm going to put them on my bed cap because I think they're gonna look pretty cool. So yeah, that's what we got going today. I'll actually show you this. So it's pretty, not much to it. This is the tubing. Comes pre-packaged in here. I ordered some different lengths depending on what I needed. And then over here, we have a ton of different kinds of connectors. So some 4-ways, 3-ways. It's gonna be a pretty elaborate little skeleton system, if you will. So I'm gonna get these stickers on, show you guys that. I think those are gonna look pretty sweet. And then I'll give you one more look of what the idea is, what the shell is gonna look like, and then we're gonna get this thing going. So let's get into it. Okay, I got these alcohol preps. Clean this. So these stickers, I got as close as I could to the same size as this Overland Vehicle Systems branding. By the way, sorry OVS, I'm going to cover up your branding. But yeah, these are essentially going to sit on there like that. Only problem that I have, and nobody's gonna notice this except me, but there's this silver ring that goes around it and it's got to fit kind of perfect in there. So when I go to stick this on, it's gonna have to be pretty stinking close to perfect. All right, we're just gonna go for it. Oof, oof. That sticker does not play. There's one. Dope. Other side. All right, stickers are on. Those look good. I'll try and give you an idea of what I'm trying to do. And to be honest, I have a vision in my head, but we're just gonna have to kind of cut and build and piece this together as we go. So this is the base plate. It's just big enough to mount a piece of wood on and mount this fridge slide to it. So my idea here is this thing is going to be somewhere between like 4 and 6 inches tall. So the fridge slide is going to be elevated. I would like to have it tall enough that I can put a drawer right here and have a pull-out drawer for storage for like cooking utensils and stuff like that. The problem is this has a pretty good angle on it. So if I get the fridge too high, it could interfere here. And obviously you just don't want the fridge too high in general. So we're gonna figure that out. Like I said, probably 4 to 6 inches high. And then back here in the back, this is gonna come up and meet the height of this. So it's gonna go all the way to the back, meet over there, and there's gonna be a storage box back there. In that storage box, I'm gonna mount a portable power station. I will route the plug just from here to that power station so it'll charge. I'm gonna do a cutout so that I can put storage in there. And then the idea is that I'll be able to walk over here. I'll have a flat work surface and then a door that I can open from here and have a couple of bins for, again, just small camping storage, flashlights, that kind of stuff. So yeah, again, this frame's gonna come all the way to the back. It's gonna come up, meet here, step down, fridge, and we're just gonna kind of see how we go. Another thing that I'm gonna have to figure out is how to mount it. But if you've ever seen a decked system, they use these. So I might figure out a way to secure here. So yeah, got a little bit of figuring to do. The good news is the tubes cut really easy. They go together really easy. So the building process is a piece of cake. It's really the engineering that's going to take some time. So start doing some measurements and we're going to get this thing going. Okay, everything is cut. Even as I was making this, the cool thing is this is modular, so I've already got some ideas of some stuff that I might do, but I'm gonna hammer this in. Hopefully, in theory, this should be square. There it is. The base anyway. So the initial idea is that I'm gonna have a cutout here so I can store stuff from the side, and then I was just gonna put a bottom in here, like a piece of wood, and cut out a couple of ovals to match some totes. So I could put totes in there and have a door. I have enough aluminum to go in here and put like an actual false bottom in it. So I might make that. That would probably be the right way to do it. Then I wouldn't have to have totes. I could just build doors and have actual wooden storage. The only benefit though about having the tote is I could open the door, remove the tote, and then have access all the way down in here. So I'm kind of going back and forth, but yeah, you can kind of see it coming together. I'm gonna stick it in there and see how it looks. That's perfect. Goes in there absolutely perfect. So I will, when I face this, I'll bring the wood all the way over, so it'll come up under this lip, so there won't be any gap here. I will still, I actually did this on purpose. I could have made this where it came over, and I 90'd it, and it would have came all the way over here. But I think this is going to be a perfect spot to slide a. I have a Rotopax gas can. I think it'll go right there. Be able to mount that there. So yeah, dude. I'm like super stoked about that. So again, here I'll have a door. I'll either open them this way or they'll come from the inside, but this will be top storage right there. Super cool. I just have to figure out, like I said, if I want to do, so it would be cool if I did have totes. I could pull the tote out and have access to this whole thing, where if I come in here and build, an actual shelf, then I won't have access. So you'll have to climb in to get underneath it, which isn't a huge deal, but yeah, I'm gonna figure that out and then on to the next thing. All right, so I'm back. Sorry if the audio is bad. Kind of in a hurry and don't have the mic hooked up. Went to Lowe's, didn't have what I needed, so I went to Home Depot. Got carpet, MDF. Got this pulled out. There's that. So I should have everything I need to get this thing finished, but yeah, I made lunch, did some stuff, so it's 1:30 now. I'm gonna run to the gym, got a couple things to do, so I will either be back later this evening to get all this stuff done or first thing in the morning, but either way, got everything that we need. It's looking good. So I will be back and we'll get this thing finished up.
I'm not a joyride, a hit and run. I thought I loved you and you thought I was fun. I'm moving on down the road. Watch me as I go, watch me as I go. Should I look both ways before you cross me, baby? 'Cause I don't break your voice. I'm moving on.
All right, we're back. So this is day 2, and where I left off yesterday is I got pretty much all the wood cut for the exterior of this thing to get it to go on. One thing I don't think I mentioned yesterday is I did get different thickness woods, actually 3 different thicknesses, just to try and save weight. So this front part's the thickest by far. It's just 1/2 inch MDF because that's what that fridge slide's gonna bolt to. And then the top piece up here, and then The side that's going to go towards the bed is a little bit thicker because it's going to get some use. And then I just got like 1/8" particle board back here because this is going to go up against the bed and it's really light and flimsy. So really I just wanted something that I could wrap carpet around, but it's also going to save a lot of weight. So the only piece that I don't have cut is this top piece because I've got to get the frame back in the truck and then measure and see exactly how much it needs to hang over so that it goes and meets the bed so there's not a gap from the top. But I'll show you that when I get there. So for now, I got some self-tapping screws. We are gonna get all of this on and then get it in the back of the truck and measure and cut this top piece. So let's get going.
A new love, he runs for miles, 67 fastback, oh, it's just my style. We're headed down, down, down the road. Just enjoy the show, watch me as I go. Should've looked both ways before you cross me, baby, cause I don't break for boys. I'm moving on.
All right, so we got all the wood on, except the top piece like we talked about, because I do have to get it in there to do some measurements. But this is gonna be the side that faces the inside of the bed. So I'm gonna do a cutout here so that I can store stuff underneath it. So I'm just gonna take some measurements, figure out how big I wanna make this, get it cut. Then we'll probably do a cleanup in here because it's gotten a little bit crazy. And then we'll be able to start moving on to some of the fun finishing pieces of this. But yeah, just figure out how big I want to get this and then we'll get going. So if you did 4 inches and 4 inches, let's see. I did 4 inches all the way around. That would leave me a 12-inch opening, which is pretty good. 4 inches there. So if I did 4 inches, it would be 12 by 21. I think I'm going to probably start with that. 4, 4. 4, 4. All right, did a little mid-project cleanup. I didn't clean it up great, but just got some of the sawdust out because I do have to do some cutting. This thing ended up, I think it's perfect. Size is perfect, looks good. So we are going to load that up in the truck, get some measurements for the top. Got to get that cut. There's a couple like little difficult things. I'll show you when you get it in here, but so I do, again, I want this to meet up right here. So I'm gonna have to cut around these clamps, which probably won't be the easiest thing, so I have to make that work and just figure out all of that. So we'll do that, and then I'm pretty sure I showed y'all, but we're gonna use these tubs, and essentially those tubs are gonna sit in there, so we'll have to cut those holes out. So a little bit of cutting to do, but once we get that top piece done, it'll be time for carpet, and then get the slide mounted. So we're getting close. Here we go. So I'm gonna sand some of this down by hand. Little spot here too, so I'll finish sanding this. Looky there. All right, I'm sweating my butt off out here. It's humid and it's getting hot, but I just cut my first piece of carpet. I'm not a carpet layer by any stretch of the imagination, so I got some of this Quick Bond spray adhesive and then contact cement, which I think will stick just about anything. So I'm going to use this where there's bends and where I think it might be more prone to come off, and then just spray this over the whole thing and see if I might can get it to stay. Worst case scenario, on some of the thinner wood, I can probably staple it along the back, but yeah, we're gonna start doing this and see how it works. This contact cement around the edges, just like so. And then around the corner too, where it's going to bend over. And in theory, should work. But again, I don't really know. I don't have much experience with this, so. So, little update, this contact cement is holding like a champ. You just have to wait for it to get kind of tacky. And then once it tacks and you push it down, it absolutely stays. So I was trying to figure out also the best way to cut this carpet. And after some geometry and going round and round my head, I think I can cut it so that this direction is all one piece, and then I can also have a flap that lays over. So in one cut, I should be able to wrap the rest of this, and that's going to minimize seams. So that's what I'm going to do now. I've got my carpet laid out. I'm about to trace it out and make sure, double check, make sure it makes sense, because I don't have enough carpet if I mess up. And then we'll wrap it. So unfortunately, the hardware here that this fridge slide came with is these bolts are just a little bit too long, so they'll hit. So I'm gonna have to go get some shorter ones in order for this to work. Problem with that is my kiddos are home from school and mom's working, and they're probably not going to want to go with me to go get stuff. So I might have to put this on hold, but there it is. I might test fit it in there just to see what it looks like. But all I lack is some hardware, and this sucker's going to be done. What's up? Good morning. We're back. Day number 3. I went and got the hardware last night. Didn't feel like working on any of this, so put it all on hold. We're going to start the morning by doing a garage reset, because as you can see, it's kind of a disaster in here. Got to get all of this cleaned up, carpet put up. My workspace over here is a disaster. So we're going to clean this place up, get it nice and tidy, and then we're going to get it installed. It's a lot better in here. Got a clean space to work with. So again, this is day 3, but I think I was thinking about it. I've probably got like 6 actual hours of working on this thing. So it hasn't been too tedious. Everything's went pretty smooth so far. Today, it's just the finishing touches. So we're gonna get this on here. I did, like I said, I went and got that hardware last night. This thing is not light. We're gonna get this lined up, drill the holes. So I think that's pretty much it right there. Drill the holes, mount this, and we're gonna get it up in there. All right, I got it up there. I'll be honest, I didn't film it because I was afraid I was gonna break it trying to get it in there, but seems super sturdy, held up well, so I'm gonna push it in, and this will be the original test fit here. So again, one of the things that I'm a little bit weary of is carpet. I didn't test fit it with the carpet, so I am probably gonna have to get in there and move some stuff around just a little bit. But so far, yeah, so I'm hanging up on one piece of carpet right there that I think I can just grab a screwdriver. I think I can push it down with a screwdriver. I'll climb in here with this camera. See if I can show you. Yeah, so right here, it's hanging. So I cut it, you can see where it steps down just a little bit right here. So this is supposed to slide under, which it's hanging there. I think it's just on the carpet, which is good. The rest of it, I'm gonna give it a good push and see. Oh yeah, there it goes. Look at that, we're in. So that fit perfect. Those, I know it's dark in here, but I mean, it's perfect right there. Holy moly. I think it needs to go a little further. Yeah, I mean, it's a little tight. You can see it. The tailgate wants to stop about right there, but it does close. And I think, if you remember, I talked about the tolerances with the carpet. I didn't account for that, so however thick that carpet is, it is whatever that is times 2. It's that much wider. So you can see it's just a little, hangs over just a little bit, but up here, and it's just about perfect. All right, guys, I'm calling this project done. I've got the power station mounted. It's all wired. The fridge is on. I have a couple little things I still have to do to button it up, like put some carpet on the inside just to make it look more finished, and then the plug and the solar connection like we talked about. But once I get that done in the next couple days, I'll throw up a YouTube short or something so you can see that all done. But here it is. Fridge has only been plugged in for a few minutes. Already down to 35 degrees. Power station mounted down there. Hopefully this gives you some ideas, maybe some stuff that you can do in your truck or your overlanding rig, but I think this is going to be super useful. You can never have too much storage. So again, I'm going to the Springfield, Missouri to the More Overland Expo next week. So I'm going to shoot a video on that, so stay tuned. Appreciate you guys watching this. See you next time.
Both ways before you cross me, baby, 'cause I don't break for boys.